2026 and crypto infrastructure space has gotten genuinely hard to navigate. Like, market itself is an interesting place right now, but the amount of tooling that's appeared around it, AI trading systems, automated arbitrage platforms, algorithm-driven bots, the volume of that stuff has outpaced anyone's ability to evaluate it properly. And that's kind of become the whole focus here. Not trading in the traditional sense, but stress testing the infrastructure itself, figuring out what actually performs versus what just presents well. Anyway, I spent years going through that process, burned capital on things that turned out to be nothing, and gradually built up a picture of what the legitimate end of this market actually looks like. So this video is a full session on one of the platforms that ended up on the right side of that picture, something that's been in consistent rotation here for years and has earned that spot. Let's get into it. But before just clicking through everything, gonna walk through the setup step by step, because understanding what each setting actually does changes how the whole thing reads. Okay, starting with preset selection. 3 options: safe, optimal, aggressive. This is the session's foundational parameter. It defines execution behavior, risk threshold, target returns, and the capital minimum each mode requires to operate properly. Next is neural network. This is model assignment, which AI is actually doing the work underneath. Each model is built around the different market structure. Some are calibrated for high volatility, fast-moving conditions. Others are designed specifically for tighter, slower price action, where the edges are smaller and consistency matters more. No strong conviction on where conditions are sitting right now, so auto select handles that. That's the default starting point here. Capital amount after that, whatever makes sense for the session, nothing to overthink there. Then network selection. It's one of those steps that looks routine but actually has a real impact on results. The platform reads live blockchain data and ranks available networks by current congestion and active fee rates at that exact moment. So what's at the top changes depending on what the chains are actually doing right now. That's worth paying attention to because transaction fees pool directly from margin. Then authentication, 2 options: Wallet Connect, where a system handles the entire connection process automatically, or manual, where the transaction gets submitted independently step by step. I'm going manual to keep the whole thing out in the open, nothing automated behind the scenes. Okay, system loads the model, runs initial market calculations, locks onto current conditions, and the session goes live. So now we step back for a few minutes. Okay, stop the session, results screen is up. So there's total balance, profit for the session, trade count, win rate percentage, total runtime, and execution log. Full sequence of every trade the system made with the detail and reasoning behind each one. So withdrawal. Here I select a token and add my receiving address. Okay, protocols picked it up, a few minutes to clear. So while that processes, let me get into why manual trading stopped being part of the workflow here entirely. It comes down to timing. Arbitrage windows in this market are sometimes a few seconds. That's not a speed problem that practice solves, it's just a structural reality. No manual process closes that gap reliably. What a properly built AI system does is hold complete real-time picture of the market and execute across it simultaneously. Liquidity depth, gas costs across chains, spread differential, slippage exposure, processed and acted on faster than any manual workflow registers the opportunity existed. Spent a long time trying to approximate that with various setups and tools, and the conclusion kept being the same. What makes this AI system specifically worth attention is the history behind it. Bull cycles, contractions, periods of extreme volatility, long stretches of compressed flat action. Most systems that get tested here either degrade after a few months or quietly shut down when conditions shift away from whatever they were tuned for. This one hasn't done either of those things. Anyway, thanks for your time.